Hi everyone, really quick video here. We're going to talk about proof. This would only be on higher, so if you're foundation, you don't need to worry about this. So some key things to be aware of here. On this right hand side, if you know these facts, you're going to pick up marks in an exam on a proof question like this. Okay, so any number can be written as n. 2n would be an even number because when you multiply anything by 2 it becomes even, and then 2n plus 1 is an odd number. So if you remember those three things first, that's most important. And then what we're talking about is consecutive numbers. So 2n plus 1 would be my first number, and that would be an odd number. So then 2n plus 2 would be the next number in the sequence. But if you're then talking about consecutive evens, it'd be 2n plus 2, that's my first even. So then 2n plus 4 becomes my next even. Consecutive odd, 2n plus 1 is my first odd, so 2n plus 3, then it'd be 2n plus 5, 2n plus 7. And then a squared number can be written like that, which then when you expand gives you this, and it's really important to remember this last one as well. Okay, so let's look at this question. It says, prove that the difference between an even number squared and an odd number squared is an odd number. So let's look at this question, right? So here's what I've started to do. So this here is my odd number squared. So 2n plus 3 all squared. And this is my even number. Now you could choose 2n plus 5, 2n plus 1, 2n plus 7, 2n plus 9, doesn't matter. And for your even number, you could choose 2n, you could choose 2n plus 2, 2n plus 4. It would not matter at all. Okay, so when it says the difference between them, it means I'm subtracting. So you can see what I've done there is I've then expanded. So 2n plus 3 all squared is written like that. And then 2n all squared means 2n times 2n. And because I'm doing the difference between them, I expand this out. So 4n squared plus 6n plus 9. And then 2n times 2n is 4n squared. Then I subtract. So I'm doing 4n squared minus 4n squared, which means I'm just left with 6n plus 9. Okay, because 4n squared minus 4n gets rid of it. 6n plus 6n becomes 12n, and then the plus 9 gives me this. So how do I prove that this is an odd number? Well, you can do a couple of things. You can factorize. So I factorize out the 3 here. There's a 3 in both. And then what I'm left with is inside the brackets, 4n plus 3, this would give you an odd number. And then when you're doing an odd number times an odd number, it will give you an odd number. Or you could also see whether or not things divide. And I know that this would be a divisible by 2, divisible by 4. So therefore that gives me even, but then you're adding an odd number onto it afterwards, okay? Because that bit doesn't divide. So this is probably the best way of doing it. But basically this proves that it's an odd number because this bit's even, because anything times by 12 would be even. And then this bit here adds an odd number on, which proves it is odd. Okay, so that's a quick bit on proof. Remember these key facts, going to pick you up marks, and then just make sure you read the question carefully. Okay.